Alright. And I'm back. And I'm hoping in the next two videos that I finish Case 6-5 of Spirit of Justice. So, last time, Queen Amara has been revealed as the one who took the channeling right via a burn scar. So, Queen Goran was going to be fingered as the culprit in the tomb. But before Amara could say as such, she was shot by one of the guards. So we're not done with this case just yet. We're lucky the ambulance made it in time. We've been forced into a recess now that things are getting straightened out. I can't believe what just happened. Tell me about it. Do you think Goran put that guard up to it? If she did, she's gonna regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch. Poor Queen Amara. Your benevolence? Any news on her condition? She is undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They're giving her a 50-50 chance of survival. That Goran! Justice will be served! Why? Why did this happen? Just as we were finally reunited. Queen Amara. What was that about being reunited? Oh, it's nothing. Right. How are you, Hornhead? Dirk Sahdmadhi was your father and all, but blood after all. Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm gonna stay focused on. Hornhead. You're sturdier than your stature lets on. Just don't overdo it, okay? Dirk. That was a real shocker, alright. Can't believe the dragon's dead. That's... Say, AJ, I was wondering. When Dirk disappeared after I found him, that's because Amara turned back into herself, right? I suppose so. I don't know if it's because Dirk's spirit willed it, or if it was part of Goran or Amara's plot. Man, our dream of revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it? Don't give up yet. There's a very good chance that Goran's the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court... Hey, you're right! That could be just the push we need. The dream lives on. It does. You know what that means, AJ? The fate of revolution rests square on your shoulders. On a day's work, huh? Man, who am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. But this is what Dirk gave his life for, so I gotta do this for him. The Honorable Rebel Dirk Sahdmadhi. I would have loved to have spoken with him for a while he lived. Really? Why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man. Did she bump her head or something? Trial's about to resume. The defense is to report to the courtroom at once. Gun! Already? After what just happened? First thing Goran will do to respond to that last accusation. So you better stay on your toes. I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Goran, here comes justice! Man, my nose is still stuffy. I got a little extra sleep. I'm hoping that's enough. Now then, let us resume today's proceedings. Huh? Where's Nahyuta? I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing. What? He wasn't acting under your orders? How dare you cast such suspicions upon Her Eminence? It is quite all right, Your Majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, as I knew nothing of his plans. I don't believe that for a second. Now then, Your Majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility. A new possibility? Indeed. For during the break, the real killer confessed to me. What? Call the witness to the stand. The real killer confessed? What she got up her sleeve? I got a really bad feeling about this. Oh man. Fifth statement, okay. Huh? He's the one who confessed? Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, you're the real killer? I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amara had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me. Nahyuta, you didn't really do it, did you? Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga. Nahyuta! Peace! Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed. Yes, I am certain. For I killed him by my own hand. At last, the real killer has been revealed. How are we supposed to respond to this? Nahyuta! Retract your confession now! Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination. Who cares about that? Admit it! It was Queen Garan that put you up to this! She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she? You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint. But do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? What do you think you're doing, you idiot? Truly, the truth can set us free. Looks like Garan got to him somehow. I definitely didn't see this one coming. Why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice your own life to do Garan's bidding? Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, your testimony, please. Ugh. I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion of the crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Kurai. I consider it divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I am ashamed I let her go so far for my sake. You do understand what you're doing, right? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty. If that's what the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else. The law, Nahyuta, or the Queen?
Objection!
Enough! This blather has nothing to do with the witness's testimony. Please address any issues you may have during the cross-examination, defense. Oh, I will. I'm gonna blow his problematic testimony to smithereens. Fifth statement.
Hold it!
So you killed Minister Inga? Just to stage? And Queen Amara staged the crime? Is that how it went? Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all the guilt upon herself. Yet another lie. Need to poke a hole in his testimony, but how? Nahyuta, could it be you didn't know Naina's real identity? You didn't realize Naina was actually Queen Amara, your own mother? That is not as strange as you might think. Much time had passed since we last met, after all. Right. 23 years, wasn't it? When Dirk saved her after her supposed assassination attempt? No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother. Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that? I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time. Nahyuta, please add that last statement to your testimony.
Objection!
You're saying Dirk made off with a Queen Amara 15 years ago? But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said that they ran off together 23 years ago. That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15. Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago. He said that? He did. But but if we take what you just said as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make sense. This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I'll ask. What does not make any sense in the photo if the photo is only 15 years old?
Take that!
Nahyuta, this discrepancy may not directly be related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dirk said the baby in this photo was you, but that doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? He's definitely sweating bullets over there. Apollo, if this baby isn't Nahyuta... Wait, you don't think... Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run? What? And what if that child was being held hostage? Nahyuta, is that why you obey Queen Kuran's every command? You presume too much. And that's why Queen Amara was trying to take the rap as well. To protect the other child. A child born 15 years ago? It would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 now. This is just a guess. But I believe I know someone who fits the bill. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago. All these strange statements she kept making. Now they all make sense. Now I see, Nahyuta, why you do what you're told. The other child born of Dirk and Queen Amara... Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you're about to say, but I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as the child of terrible sinners. I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. I think this should be made clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your armor, the reason why you fear your sibling's reputation. Mara's assassination file. And this is a file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. A particular note is what's written right here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either. If she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garan, but at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that's because the Queen found out the chink in your armor. That's how she came to use your sister against you. Nahyuta! Have you been keeping this secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me? You are an innocent party to all this. I live only to safeguard the law and to serve the country and queen from which it flows. One such as you, who's destined to ascend to the throne, need not fret over such as I. No, I cannot accept that. What you say is... it's malarkey! Don't you even care what happens to you? Before country, queen, law, and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resign myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thought of change. Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot. I shall continue to rule Khura'in until the day Rafa succeeds me. For that is what's best for our kingdom. I know, Your Eminence. Yours is no small sacrifice. But I promise you this. In exchange for your life, the child shall remain safe and the kingdom shall prosper. That is all I can ask for with my meager existence. Nahyuta, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another, killing any hope you held for the future? No. Nahyuta, I know, would never let himself be turned into this. Now, your majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
You can say you're simply accepting your fate, but I know deep down there's still hope in your heart. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me. Is this the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times? And it's what binds you, me, and Dirk together as a family. I know, because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet.
Take that!
When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all of his possessions as potential evidence. All except this. So tell me, Nahyuta, why didn't you take this badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because the badge means something special to us. You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up, and you never will, because you still believe that all the wrongs will be right someday, don't you? You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me. Save you? Yes. Save me. Like he did on that day. Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father. Nahyuta, I knew you. However, it is but a dream. And now that dream has died. Murdered, along with Dirk. So now, as the eldest, the responsibilities fall squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please, try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way. But
such insolence!
You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering? the immutability of his duty. Oh, excuse me. It is time to accept defeat. Ugh. Watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty. The verdict, if you will. Yes, Your Eminence.
Objection!
Wait a second! Oh, I do? Does the defense wish to raise an objection? There's gotta be some way to save Nahyuta. Apollo. It all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It branded him the son of a criminal. So if we could once and for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara, Nahyuta and Rafa's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal. But I thought there wasn't any evidence left. This is all destroyed in the fire. And Dirk investigated that matter for years but never managed to land anything new. Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades. Huh? He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. Must have secretly planted something to topple Garan from somewhere. Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what we need to break out of this situation. Got it. If the defense is done stalling for time... And wait! About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share. You do? While we had intended to deliberate that case in the course of this trial... Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here? Very well, then. What is the source of your new information about the case 23 years ago?
Take that!
A photograph. Yes. Do you recall the traveling musician who died in the fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in history? The poor fellow was caught up in a blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burned to ashes. Well, about that, the truth is he was my biological father. Oh? What? Why, of course. With his photo and her benevolence. Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent. And it would free her from the infamy of having a criminal blood running in her veins. Because here in Kurai, we can witness the final memories of the dead. What utter nonsense! There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze. That's what you think. But Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us. He did? Yep. And boy, is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it we'd finally be able to conclusively settle this matter here in court. And save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests we hold a divination seance for the new victim.
Objection!
What a waste of time. The events of 23 years ago have already been deliberated at length.
Objection!
But wasn't Dirk on trial for the incident as well today? So we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we? Ugh! As the presiding judge, I will share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open. And I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove very important. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we shall conduct another divination seance. For you? Your benevolence. If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you would be able to perform a divination seance, right? Of course. Leave it to me. Thank you. My father's full name is... Joe Justice. All right. Now, your benevolence. Please commence the divination seance when you're ready.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
This should be the last one, but I'll take a break after the insight, because we've got a long way to go. The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments. It would appear the divination seance was a success. So those were my father's final moments. That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo. I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead? Yes, please proceed. Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts as gleaned from the seance vision. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. My father's final memories. They're right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? Okay. So I'm going to call it here the 23-year-old truth. I'm going to take a break, get some water, and I'll be back with the finale of Case 6-5.